Good morning. Welcome to another edition of my 5D Secret Garden, where yes, we still are a secret. We still are. We still are. We still are. But eventually, people will see that this secret is worth exploring. So, one of these days. But in the meantime, it's all about letting go now. Even letting go the thought of having something like that. Like, I don't, it's, okay, that'd be cool to get a lot of followers, a lot of views, a lot of this, a lot of that. But the reality is that doesn't even make a difference. That is all secondary. That is all ego related. That's all ego based. That would only be my ego if that was my goal. See, my goal is to do this, is to manifest. I am manifesting by doing this. I'm speaking it into existence. And I'm showing the few people that watch that what I do, this is how it goes. They don't want you to see people like me. They want to hide people. They've been trying to hide me my whole life. They're still doing it, but it is what it is. Eventually, you'll be so strong that they can't hide you no more. And then it's like, beat it, I guess that's what it is. That's how you become a star, right? I mean, I guess everybody would try to hold the star back. It's just the way it goes. So, let's get a read here, see what's going on. Stay positive. I stopped vaping yesterday. And, I had some, cravings, but they only last, think about this. It only lasts, for a second. And then once I change that thought to something else, it's gone. You know what I mean? So, it's that's the same thing I'm doing with, the counterpart situation. When I think of them, it's thinking about the vape. It's oh, and then then you're oh, that's only a fleeting thought, and then you just focus on what it is so that you don't stay stuck. Do you know what I mean? That's how a lot of people go back to these things, because they let that one thing, that one temporary feeling that it might feel good, and then you're oh, I gotta go get it. You're right, running out the door to go get it. You know what I mean? So it's just what it is. So let's see what it is. It's working well for me that way though. So, Knight of Cups. So, there's creativity, romantic charm, imagination, beauty, a knight in shining armor. So, this is what the type we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on this kind of stuff, the good stuff, the stuff that does serve our highest good. Not the stuff that, past that has held us down. We're not going to focus on that person who's negative and say, oh, it doesn't matter. They don't matter. All they are distractions. All we're worried about right now is the creativity. We would love to be romantic with somebody. We love charm. We love using our imagination. We work on our self-care to be beautiful. And, a knight in shining armor following the heart would be great. A Prince Charming, that would be great for us. Okay, so for you, the viewer, everybody would love a nice King of Cups or Knight of Cups energy to head towards them. And I'm no different. So let's see. So this Knight of Cups, who could this be? Because you never know. Listen, energy can change like that. So just because your counterpart or your DM is in a negative phase does not necessarily mean they cannot change overnight. Okay? And it's been done. I've seen it. I've seen it done. So it's all they have to do is just get to that thought process in their head where I feel, and that's just us leaving. That's the only way they're gonna do. The only way that they're gonna leave is by us leaving. That's the only. It's just there's no other way. So sitting there thinking that they're just gonna be all of a sudden one day, oh yeah, I want to do the right thing. They won't. They won't leave what they're doing until they see you're gone. That's all they could do. They could see you doing this stuff here. They could see if I was doing this and I was all focused on about them. Then they would still have me. But now I'm just showing them that, yeah, you may, because my counterpart does videos on here. So, I know what they do. You know what I'm saying? They don't say anything, but it is what it is. I know. That's all that really matters. But my whole point of doing this is to show, look, you're not the only one who could do this shit, okay? Because it's all a trick to get me to watch that, and then I'm What are they doing? Why are they doing this? And then you're asking all these questions, and then it's like, you know what? Forget this. I don't care what you're doing. I'll do my own shit. I don't even need to watch it. I'll just do it, and I'll tell you what you're doing, okay? Because we're a high priestess, that's why. And Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a lost opportunity, a missed chance. This is, you know, whatever bad investment. So this most likely would be it has to be your DM or your counterpart. You know what I mean? This is a missed opportunity, lost opportunity. You know, missed chance. They made a bad investment. Their lack of planning and foresight is why they're in the situation they're in right now. And that is why you are walking away from them. It doesn't matter anymore. There's nothing you could do. You could, I said, all right, you know, send them love, dude. You know what I mean? It doesn't help them. This is not helping them, okay? All we're doing by, you know, allowing them to do bad behavior is hurting them. So it's like, we have to think about it. Like, okay, that thought of them makes me feel good, but what's it really doing for me? Is it serving my highest good? No, but same thing with the vape. I would think about it, and I was like, oh, if I had only had, then I'm like, do I really even want that? You know what I mean? And then once I think that, then that craving is completely gone. So whatever craving that you ever have for your counterpart can easily be, you know, taken away very quickly if you look at it from another perspective, like, you know, something along those lines. Because realistically, this is like a drug. This shit is like a drug to us. Love is like a drug to us. And with this person having a lost opportunity, seeing us walk away, seeing a Knight of Cups coming our way, is going to cause them a tower, okay? Like I just stated, these people, our DMs, our counterparts, once they see this Knight of Cup energy coming towards us, somebody else wanting to be towards us, this is going to show them, you know, they missed their chance. And that's going to cause them a tower, because they're going to lose their mind. They're going to be looking at whatever they picked over you, whatever bad investment they picked, and they're going to look at that as the reason why they're angry, and you know what I mean? It's going to make them angry. They're going to say they're the reason why I'm in this situation, okay? Because Emperor on the bottom of the deck, we have an Emperor coming our way and a Knight of Cups energy. So you know what I mean? What do you want us to do? It is what it is. Like, of course, somebody else is going to see our value. Okay? I mean, what did you think was going to happen? Counterpart person, what did you think was going to happen, DM? That we were just going to sit here and become the best versions of ourselves and wait for you while you're doing all types of fucked up shit, and just say, oh, well, we'll wait till they're done, but in the meantime, we'll just turn ourselves into the best version, and that nobody else is going to notice? How long did you think we would remain hidden for? You must have thought we would have been hidden forever, the way you had it set up. You wanted us locked in a box somewhere, and then when you were ready to play with us, that it was almost like you bought us, okay, as a toy that you kept in the box for way down the road, and you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'll just keep it in the box. It'll be worth more money by that time. You know what I mean? That's exactly what you did to us, okay? You put us in a box and said, I'll play with them later after I'm done playing with my other toys. I'm sure it'll be worth more after I leave them in the box for a while. I mean, and oftentimes, a collector will come, and they'll come get that off you. You know what I mean? So realistically, all you did was sell your twin flame relationship to a collector. That's all you did, you know what I mean? And it's like, was it really worth it now? Was that money really worth it to give up something that you'll probably never be able to find again? A collectible that you'll never be able to find again. I hope it was worth it, and that's the lesson you must learn. That is the lesson. There's no reason to buy something to keep it in the box. For what? Just so you could sell it to somebody down the road? It's like, what's the point? Because, brother, we got the lover's energy here, okay? That is why. We are still in this loving energy, still have this Knight of Cups energy coming our way. And this is causing a tower to whoever, your DM or whoever that, you know, missed their chance with you, or lost their opportunity, or made a bad investment in somebody else. You know what I mean? Now this person's looking at that other person that they picked over you, and they're like, God damn, what did I do, man? What did I do? And this is causing them a tower, because they see this Knight of Cups energy in your, and they also see the Lovers there. So they know that there's nothing they could do, especially if you don't care about this person. You know what I mean? Especially if this could also, not saying this has to be your DM, this could be like your ex before the ex. You know what I'm saying? The person who you may have been with before, you know, because this happened to a lot of us. We have many relationships ruined. So this could be any ex that's in a tower right now, seeing you, Knight of Cups, Lovers, knowing that they could have had you, but instead they want to keep you in the box and then sell you to a collector. So now a collector has you and sees your value, and probably got you cheap too, probably scammed them, and now you're worth even 10 times as much as what they got you for. And it's all because of being stupid and being in your ego and listening to other people and thinking that you're better than people, when the reality is that you were never better than any of us. None of you were. Not one of you could ever claim to be better than us, okay? And the thing is we're proving that very, very rapidly. And that's what's going to happen. All these people, they're going to come back. This could be anybody now, all right? You got to understand. This could be your family. This could be, you know, your friends. They could be, these people are in a tower that discarded you, that thought they were better than you, that thought that they could steal your energy, that thought you were too stupid, that thought that you were too dumb to ever figure all this stuff out, but they should have known that that was never the case, because when did we ever display that we were dumb? Never. We've always been smart. Everybody that's watching has always been super intelligent. There'd be no way you'd be able to do what we're doing right now if you didn't have, you know, above average intelligence. So ever doubting a person like that is the reason why they're in a tower. And Ace of Pentacles are reverse, and we have Knight of Cups and Lovers. So I mean, it makes sense. Doesn't necessarily have to be your damn, but I'm saying this could be. I mean, it probably is. It's their energy. It's just energy, okay? So it's the energy of all these people. It could be your DM. It's all. Let's do that. It's all the people that have discarded you over the years, all in this energy, this tower, because they see you finally getting what you deserve. Finally being who you're supposed to be, because you have your energy. You called your energy back. 5 of Cups. Now these people, they're in regret. They're failing. They're disappointed, pessimistic, loss, grief, and this is all direct result of us calling our energy back, okay? If we didn't call our energy back, these people would still be doing what they're doing, but instead, they're seeing that what they did was a bad investment. They're seeing was a lost opportunity with us from, you know, passing on us for somebody else. And, you know, that was a lack of planning and foresight. They did not see themselves being in this regret, and they certainly didn't see this tower coming. So, you know, it is what it is. It's like, what can you do? You know, it is what it is. They're the ones who did it to themselves. We didn't do this to you. All we wanted to do was be in this Lover's energy, but you felt that, you know, you didn't want to see that. You didn't want to see us happy for some reason. I don't know why. I don't understand why you guys were so, you know, constant on trying to keep us miserable, because obviously you're an energy vampire who's a happiness hater, and you know, used us as a generator. Our sadness was your fuel. That's sick. That's what you are. I want you to know that, okay? Some of you people that did this to us, what fuels you is the sadness of somebody else. What does that say about you? It doesn't say much. It just says you're a sick fuck. That's a demon. That's all. And there's nothing you can do about it, brother, because the Lovers and the Knight of Cups are here while you're in a tower, while you're jumping out of buildings, everybody's trying to want every man for themselves over here. It's the Royal Rumble. Every man for themselves. Who's going to win? And by you also doing that, this is what you're going to win. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Because what you thought you were going to get was this, but the reality is you got this. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Tower. Regret. Lost opportunity. mischance to be in this Lover's energy and this Knight of Cups creative opportunity energy. Creativity, romantic. So, Knight of Cups, Lover's energy, which you could have had, but instead now you just have the Tower with the friggin' Ace of Pentacles in reverse and Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So that clarifies, Wheel of Fortune in reverse clarifies this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Ten of Wands in reverse. Now all you people feel like you're doing it all. You feel like you're carrying a burden. You know, you feel overstressed. You're burnt out because you never seen this coming. That's why. You never seen this coming. Same thing with the regret. It's all with the like, same thing with the Five of Cups. Regret, failure, disappointment, feeling like you're doing it all. What this is leading to is that you see you have a missed opportunity, and that is causing you a Tower, leading to the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, while we are in the Knight of Cups, Lover's energy. I just saw 15:51 on the clock, so that's good. Maybe that means something, that number. Maybe look into it, because I just said 15:51 for some reason. And who else? Who would this possibly... Now we know who this was. King of Cups in reverse that's in this regret. Okay, so this is a person, a cold, shifty, emotionally manipulative, moody, you know, just just not a good person. You know what I mean? A person tries to use their, you know, you're emotional. They try to emotionally manipulate you. Okay, so this is an emotionally manipulative person who will like come to you and try to pull on your heartstrings and, you know, oh, I didn't really know, I didn't mean to, like, you know what I mean? Just basically trying to put it on somebody else, thinking that you won't see through it. But I mean, they obviously know you're a high priestess, so it's like, what do these people think? That you just can't see? I really believe that. I really believe they think that we can't see or something. Like they think if like they feel, if they think like that eventually it will happen. But the reality is everything they do becomes the opposite, because we just send it back to whatever they project onto us, and then they become that. I don't think they understand that. I don't think they comprehend that. So let's get one or two. This King of Cups in reverse especially doesn't understand that, because Justice in reverse, I rarely see that one. So because now this King of Cups in reverse, because of this situation, feels like this whole situation's unfair. Okay, so this, I would have to say, this is your counterpart. So they're now going to say, oh, this is unfair. They don't want to take accountability for this. They want to feel, you know, be dishonest. They want to feel like they're being punished, when the reality is that it's all their fault. They're the ones who did this. This is the one, you created this King of Cups in reverse. You created this situation where you're in a Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you're in a Tower, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Wands in reverse, Five of Cups, all regret, all by this King of Cups for what they did, and now they think it's unfair that this, you know, DF is in a Knight of Cups Lover's energy. They think that's unfair. That's unfair to them. You know, all the stuff we want, it was only fair when, like, it was going good for them. When they're around people, like, on TV and around celebrities and thinking they're a big shot. You know what I mean? That's when it was fair. But now that, like, those same people show that they're nothing, and that we fucking destroyed them like they were nothing, and now that person's like, oh, this isn't fair. I didn't know they were going to do that. I didn't know they were this powerful. I wouldn't have did this if I knew that. Of course you wouldn't. But yeah, the Ten of Cups is here on the bottom. You would also not known about this Ten of Cups, I guess, right? You didn't know we had this Ten of Cups. You knew the love was there. Okay, so I don't want to hear no bullshit. Oh, you didn't know. You didn't know we were like this. Because all you did was listen to lies about us that were unfounded by people you don't even really know, from sources that you don't even know, without even investigating it, and giving the person that you knew a Ten of Cups Lover's energy was right in front of you, right at your fingertips, but you felt that was worth putting in a box, leaving it in the closet, and saying, I'll play with this when I'm ready. Right now, I'm not ready. It'll be worth more by me keeping it in the box. That's what you said. And that's why you're in a Tower right now, because you couldn't see that value, and that's your fault. You have no one to blame but yourself. So whatever unfairness you think you have, stick it, brother, because whatever you think is unfair, that just shows exactly what you are. You're just a clown, and you're just somebody who can't take accountability. And we don't want anybody like that, so you make it very clear to us that we released you for the right reasons. Same thing as a vape, okay? You could give us a temporary whatever, but at the end of the day, you're just not worth it. You're not worth the money. You're not worth the health problems. You're not worth any of it. You know what I'm saying? You're just not worth it. So stick that unfairness up your butt, okay? So I'm gonna do one more. So we got the lovers. This is what we got this person. They're mad about that you're in a lover's Knight of Cups, and they're in a tower over it because you walked away. Just like I stated at the beginning. Exact same thing I said at the beginning. 9 of Wands in reverse. Now this person's overwhelmed, is struggling, on edge, exhausted, defenseless, lack of motivation. So we know where this is, okay? We know what's going on here. This King of Cups in reverse, okay? They missed an opportunity with you with this, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's a lost opportunity, lack of planning, foresight. This is causing them a lot of regret, failure. They're just a big disappointment in the eyes of everybody, okay? They feel like, they're struggling, overwhelmed, on edge with this 9 of Wands in reverse. Also, feeling like they're doing it all with this 10 of Wands in reverse, like they're carrying the burden. And they feel that this is so unfair that they have to do, after all they did to this Lover's energy, this Knight of Cups energy, all the negative things, all the stuff they participated in, all the stuff that they were involved with, they have the gall to say, that's unfair. That's unfair that I'm in this tower now. That's unfair that I have the Wheel of Fortune now, because we were supposed to take this from these lovers. We were supposed to take this. This isn't supposed to happen. So, well, guess what? It was supposed to happen, and that's exactly why you're in the situation you're in, and that's exactly why you're in a tower. So I got this one fortune teller thing, so I'm gonna see, just do like one of these at the end. Let's see like what the little saying could be. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to do anything with these, but it says, a guardian spirit watches over you. Feel their presence. So that's just the way it is. This is our ancestors that are watching over us to make sure that we stay in this Lover's Knight of Cups energy while these people look on in the tower, and this is what our protection is. This is our protection right here. You are protected by your guardian angel. Just know that they watch over you and feel their presence, brother. So have a good day. I'm going to do another read, see what we can do. Have a good day.